Good morning. I have been glued to my phone, as I know a lot of us have. Like, the news has been absolutely insane. It's one thing after another, and I'm glued to it because I want to obviously stay up to date with things that are going on and see how it impacts me or the people around me or my community, or just be aware and alert. The things that are going on literally do not feel real, and it is causing so much internal stress. I feel like I don't necessarily have a visual reaction to stress. I internalize a lot of my stress, and it ends up, I think, just going unnoticed for me because my stress shows up in my sleeping patterns and it shows up in my body. I just had a nutrition follow-up yesterday, and I had results that I want, but not in the way that I want them. I ended up losing 4 pounds in the month of February, but those 4 pounds were just muscle loss. You might as well have told me I gained weight, because I have been really trying to work on body recomposition and trying to build more muscle, lose fat. But this last month, I lost all the muscle basically that I had gained, which is so sad. But my nutritionist was telling me that that is oftentimes a cause of stress. And I had told her that this past month, I have just been feeling tired, like I'm not resting. Not physically tired, like I can still do my workouts. I've been consistent with that because they are outlets for me. Whenever I am feeling like the stress or the anxiety, I turn to those and they make me feel better. But I feel like I haven't been recovering from those workouts, maybe, in a sense. So I haven't changed the amount of sleep that I'm getting. Like, I'm still going to sleep every day at 10 p.m. I'm still waking up at 5 a.m. But it's the quality of my sleep that has been affected. And I think it is where all of that internalized stress is showing up. So I'm tossing and turning in bed. I can't fall asleep right away. I'm having these crazy nightmares and I'm just dreaming all night, like, instead of actually resting. Maybe I'm like tossing and turning in bed, maybe kicking, hitting the wall. I don't know. Just like I feel that I haven't been recovering in my sleep. And so, again, another sign of stress, which she says is common and probably why we saw that loss in muscle. I did lose some centimeters around my waist, my abs, and my hips, but I did gain some fat and I gained some visceral fat, which I think those are attributed to getting my period, because I feel like I'm gonna get my period, not gonna lie. I didn't tell her that, but I remember last time she had told me that. But I don't know, regardless, I lost my muscle. So this month we are focusing on trying to improve our muscle again and really improving that sleep and being more present and disconnecting. It is obviously very important to stay up to date on what's going on, but it's also very important to take care of your mental health and disconnect when you can. So my goal for this month is going to be that once I'm home from work, I am putting my phone aside and I'm not going on social media, because I have been glued to my phone after work, like literally right up until 9 p.m. just refreshing, searching. I just need to cut that out for a bit in my day. And it's not like I'm missing out on anything, because throughout the day I see things. So I'm just going to get home, disconnect from my phone, and get back into my hobbies, because that is something that I have not been putting time into. So I decided to come outside and just enjoy the birds chirping, hear the breeze flowing, feel it hit against my skin. You know, every day I realize more and more that I am so ready to be an old person, because the only people out here are old people. Everyone else is sleeping in. Like, I'm gonna thrive in my older years. Okay, I finally bought one of these little clampy things. Oh, although it's not going to work because this is too big. You see, if I go like this, yes, it'll hold one side but not the other side. Dang it. So it's really like, which side do I want to hold down? I can't hold down both. Oh, actually, yes, I can. I figured it out. Look. Okay, this is why I've been needing this. The wind isn't a match for this.
Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is start with this little tree here. I saw this little red bird. I don't know if it's actually called a red jay or not. In my head, just because I've heard of blue jays, I'm like, oh, I think this is a red jay just because it had red on it. But if you know anything about birds and this is not a red jay, let me know what it's actually called. But I thought it was so cute. I really don't know how to do trees. And here's the thing, for a long time I would avoid doing things like watercoloring, oil pastels, oil painting, any sort of activity or hobby because I wasn't good at it or I didn't know how to do it. But the thing is that I'm literally not trying to submit my art to an art gallery, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, it's literally just for me. And once I let go of that little expectation, I started having fun with it. I didn't beat myself up for not knowing how to make a perfect branch or not knowing how to make a branch at all. Like, I just literally started doing it to do it because I genuinely enjoyed it. And honestly, I think Bob Ross was onto something when he said to just paint and let the happy little accidents happen, because that's how I paint. I'm just literally going for it and hoping for the best. Here is my finished painting. As you can see, it's very simple. It looks like a 5-year-old made it, but I'm pretty proud of it and happy with it. I think it looks so cute. Now I'm going to go for a little run.
I'm actually very excited for my run because, like I said, I've just been stressed to no end and I didn't even realize it. But now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, yeah, I was stressed and I was sad. But here we are, we're outside getting some boost of dopamine and serotonin from the sun, our little hobby. This slow, intentional morning was exactly what I needed, and now I'm excited for my run. So when it gets started, I'll check in with you guys throughout. And now that I've had some time to cool off, let's turn that down. As you can see from how bright the sun is, it was getting a little toasty out there. And my shoes were flipping and flopping everywhere. So honestly, I wasn't even able to run for that long. But I'm pretty proud of myself for still showing up and getting that mile done. But most importantly, for having a slow, intentional start to the morning. I feel very refreshed. It's exactly what I needed. I have not been on my phone at all. I mean, other than picking it up to record, but I feel so good. I wanted to show you guys my skincare routine because somebody left me the sweetest comment the other day. They said my skin looked flawless and they wanted my makeup routine. I was like, first of all, I don't think my skin is flawless, but thank you. And I actually don't do any makeup. I always just prioritize my skincare because I don't like the feeling of product on my face and also don't like the feeling of product in my hair. So I just focus more on the skincare part of it or the hair care part of it. So shout out Melissa for leaving me the sweetest comment, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my routine at the moment. So first things first, we always start with a skin cleanser. So this is my go-to tried and true. It's the Fresh Soy Face Cleanser. It's a very gentle cleanser. I am very lucky right now to not have to deal with acne. I have had my fair share of dealing with acne growing up. So I have gone through different face cleansers depending on what my skin needs. But right now my skin just needs something to gently cleanse it. And now we're gonna add some life back into my face. So we're gonna start off with a little lip balm. This has been my ultimate favorite lip balm at the moment. It's by the brand Pharmacy. And it is just so hydrating and glossy. I am obsessed with it. So we're gonna add that just to add some shine back into my lips. For my next step, I'm using the Ordinary Niacinamide serum, and this is just going to be to help my pores. So I just do the tiniest little drop and I focus it mainly where I do have a lot of my pores, so on the T-zone, and then the excess I just kind of put that all over my face. This is my favorite eye cream. It is by the brand Dieux. I need to restock, but these are pricey, so I haven't gotten any recently. So what I've been using at the moment is the Good Molecules Yerba Mate, and I do like it, but I feel like that Dieux one is just so much more moisturizing. But this one has been really good recently as well. Like I said, some skincare can be so expensive, so there are good alternatives. So I have been liking this one, but I haven't been using it long enough to really let you guys know how I feel about it, but that's what I'm using at the moment. As you will see, we keep the morning routine very simple. Our last step is a moisturizer. It's the Pharmacy Honey Halo Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer, and I have really been enjoying this. Also, for moisturizer, I love the Dieux moisturizer, but again, very pricey, and I haven't repurchased it. I know that Sephora usually does a spring sale in April, so I'm like, I'm gonna wait to restock until then. But until then, I have been using the Pharmacy Honey Halo. I actually just repurchased this one because I really did like it. It has a slight scent. I normally don't like scents on my moisturizers or any of my face products, to be honest, but this one's not too overpowering of a scent, but it is very moisturizing, and it does add glow back into my face, which is ultimately my goal. That is it for the skincare. Honestly, quick, simple, easy. I do also add in some sunscreen. This is the Trader Joe's facial sunscreen. This is very comparable to the Supergoop sunscreen. I've had the Supergoop sunscreen, same thing, same exact thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add sunscreen on top. I will say I am not perfect with applying sunscreen. I need to do better, but that is the sunscreen that I use. I've been recently being more aware of adding sunscreen. I put it right on my dresser where I'm getting ready in the morning so that I don't forget, because otherwise I will forget. It is the next day. We just got home from work. I had my dinner, and now I'm going to try to tackle a couple of things that I've had on my to-do list that I've just been putting on a back burner because, as I mentioned, I would just get home, crawl into bed. Honestly, I feel like social media is such a time warp. I will lay in bed and 4 hours on social media goes by like this. But if I just do a bunch of other things in those same 4 hours, like actually do things on my to-do list, I can get so much done. So first things first, I'm gonna go grocery shopping because I need to get all of my essentials for the week, make sure that I set myself up for success, and make it easy for me to stick to my meal plan. Second thing, I've been tackling my closet. I actually have done quite a bit. I need to kind of fix it a little bit, but I have been wanting to invest in new pieces. So I got rid of a bunch of stuff that just no longer serves me, that I don't really feel like is me. Obviously, I've also been on a weight loss journey, so a lot of the clothes that I had don't fit me anymore. So I just got rid of a lot of that stuff, and I made space for new stuff to come in. So slowly but surely, I'm going to build my wardrobe and find pieces that I like and that are timeless. So we will work on building that. Okay, so that's what we're going to focus on here for tonight. I feel like that'll keep me pretty busy, but I'm going to go ahead and get changed real quick so I can go do the grocery shopping, come back, and then tackle the closet. Very quick haul. I did not need a lot, but I do need a couple of little things to help carry me throughout the week. So I needed a bag of lettuce, some bananas for my protein shakes, whole wheat bread, pistachios for my snacks, Greek yogurt, black olives for my salads, bags of spinach, lemons, bell peppers, avocados, and queso panela because we actually needed to up my protein again. So I needed quite a bit. What I want to do with my closet is I have another one of these little pink boxes in there that is honestly filled with a bunch of random stuff. I don't even know what's in there, but I feel like that can be moved out and put into storage in the closet here in the hallway. And I want to move my shoe rack down that way and then put this here in the middle for easy access until I sell a good majority of my clothes. What I would like to do, because right now I have all of my clothes pushed off to the side, because as you can see, this is pretty high up, so I can't really put my clothes right here, and I have to be digging over here to get my daily outfits. So I think it'll just work better if I push this off to the side, and then I can move my clothes here to the center. That way it's all easily accessible. Now we're gonna tackle it. I'll get it done in no time. While I'm watching Bridgerton, I actually just got into Bridgerton. I tried watching it a couple of years ago when it first came out, but I just couldn't get into it. I think I wasn't in the right headspace for it, to be honest, but I started rewatching it just yesterday and I actually kind of like it. I'm only on episode 2, but so many people have told me to watch it, that it's so good, and I was like, okay, fine. I'll give it another chance. Lift. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see what's in here. Yeah, definitely a bunch of random things that we've got One Direction dolls in here. Okay, so we're gonna move that out. Shimmy this here. I don't know that the box is gonna really fit in here. My closet is so small. I, for some reason, thought I would have more space, but I definitely don't. Now I don't know how to feel about it because now I can't see my shoes. Well, at least I got rid of that curiosity, and now I know that my vision was definitely not what I thought it was going to be. Sadly, I just do not have enough closet space. But on the bright side though, getting rid of that one does give me space to put this one away. So now that it is nighttime, I'm going to show you guys my nighttime routine. Again, for the face wash, I just use the same fresh face cleanser. Afterwards, I will follow it up with the Paula's Choice 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. This has changed my skin for the better. I swear by this. I try not to use this every single day. I'm using it maybe like, let's see, because it's not like I'm following a specific routine like every other day. It's more so maybe like 4 to 5 times out of the week. Sometimes I like to give my skin a little break every now and then and just not use it, but it is my favorite. I'm also currently PMSing. I'm gonna get my period very soon. So I'm dealing with some major body dysmorphia and my hair is super frizzy right now. So I just feel all sorts of yucky, but we're pushing through. So again, I'm using the eye cream. As I've been using this a little bit more, I've been realizing that I don't think I really like this one. It's not as hydrating. I need something that is going to be super moisturizing. It leaves the ends of my under eyes feeling a little itchy from feeling dry. And then before we move on to the next step, I'm going to moisturize my lips, also to give my skin more time to soak up each product. Next, I'm going to move on to this Inky List Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I love this. Sometimes I'll put this on in the morning too because it is very, very hydrating. So I'm just putting this all over my face. So again, very simple, easy skincare routine, but I have found products that really work for me and that I love. and that I feel like give me the exact result that I want, which is hydrating, glowy looking skin. Okay, so I have moved on to journaling. I tend to go a little bit back and forth on my journals. I will be really good about journaling for a while and then I'll stop because I'm just very overwhelmed and I don't even want to write. But honestly, there is some relief in even writing when you're not feeling it, and writing as ugly as you need to in that moment. Like, I will literally feel the anger leaving my body when I'm writing down something. I'll like start off all calmly in my regular handwriting, and then as I'm writing and the emotion is building, I notice myself kind of get like frustrated with the pen and I write really big and sloppily, and it's releasing all of this like built up anger and emotion. So I do actually really enjoy journaling for that very reason, but again, I just sometimes feel very overwhelmed, so I'll pick it up, I'll put it down and then give up. But in this journal, this is where I like to vent and just write with whatever is bothering me, work through things. Sometimes there's like sad, different emotions, happy, negative, whatever will go in here. And then in this one, once I release all of that emotion into this one, I will grab this journal, and this is my feel good manifestation journal. So now that I've gotten rid of the negative energy or any sort of like energy other than good, feel good, happy energy, I will then finally reach into this one once I'm in a good mood and just manifest and write. I'll write moments of gratitude throughout the day, happy moments that happened, moments where I felt really good, and I will just sit in that feeling of feeling good and continue writing because I just want to attract more of those feel good moments. Let's have a little random chit chat here while I do my upper body workout. So this week I really took the time to be intentional, and I did several things to help me do just that. I made sure that I turned my phone off every day at 9 p.m. So by 9 p.m. I just put my phone to charge and I started to do my little wind down routine, which is doing my skincare, prepping anything for the next day, reading, journaling, and it was so nice. Honestly, I think it made a huge difference. Sometimes when I'm in that cycle of just scrolling endlessly on social media, I'm like, I don't think that whole blue light thing really affects me. I can still sleep at 10 p.m. because again, I was sleeping at 10 p.m. Nothing had changed with the amount of sleep that I was getting, but what changed was the quality of sleep. So having that blue light in my face right up until 10 p.m. really does make a huge difference, and I can feel it now. So that's been really nice. And I've also been not going on my phone after work. I will just leave my phone somewhere on my desk. I don't necessarily turn it off because obviously, like, if anyone needs to reach me for emergency purposes, it's still on, but I'll just like leave it on my desk or something. I just walk away, I go have my dinner. Also, I feel like I've been bringing a lot of small stressors from work home. They're not like anything big, but just like little things throughout the day that I will think about all afternoon, try to find resolutions, maybe things that are completely out of my control, small things that I shouldn't even be carrying with me, but I'm sitting here wasting my time thinking about them. But I took this last week to just leave work at work. I used to be really good at that, and then at some point I just started bringing all the work things back with me, and it became really hard to separate home from work. And even though I tried to be present, I would still think about all of those little things that were going on at work, and it was just there. And don't get me wrong, like, work is not stressful in any way, but again, it's just like a lot of little unimportant things, but that seemingly just take up a lot of space in my brain, and that I spend a lot of time thinking about. So again, this week I feel like I did a good job of just disconnecting from that as well. However, though, I wasn't perfect because I did not get to any of my hobbies this week. Bridgerton consumed me. After a long time of saying that I just wasn't into Bridgerton, a couple of people convinced me. I'm finally watching it and I actually really like it. So that's kind of been consuming my afternoons, which is nice because sometimes it's small steps. Whatever can get me away from my phone. If it's sitting there watching TV, it's fine. I will progressively add in my hobbies. Again, small steps. That's what we focused on this week, is just small little changes that we can make. Again, it's never going to be perfect, but what matters is that we're making that time for ourselves, to be there for ourselves, whether it was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, my afternoon, my morning. I'm making time for myself. A lot of the times we think we have to have a whole day just to ourselves to recover. It just takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes to stop, take a deep breath, and just be in that moment for a little bit. And then you can go back in with a clear head. We are home from work and I am currently making dinner. Today I did not go on social media at all. I feel complete bliss. So I thought I would continue these good vibes and make myself my favorite comfort food, which is caldo de papas con queso.
Mr. Bridgerton.
Aren't you fair, Lady Trowbridge? You have such circumstances. Intolerable man. God.
So I am currently preparing my breakfast, and as I had mentioned, I went to see my nutritionist recently. So at this nutrition appointment, we actually upped my protein intake because we're trying to build some muscle. So we upped the amount of meat that I'm having, or the amount of breakfast I'm having. So today's breakfast is going to be a cup of Greek yogurt high in protein, and I'm also going to do some scrambled eggs. So I'm just cutting up some little cherry tomatoes to throw in there. Okay, so this is going to be the first time that I'm actually eating this high volume of meal, and I don't think it should be a problem though, because I will be honest, I have not been perfect with the breakfast intake. Like, I've just been doing my protein shakes because for some reason I am rushing in the mornings. I'm waking up earlier, but at some point I'm taking my sweet time and then I'm running behind. I'm not quite sure where it is that I am going wrong, but I need to adjust something in my little morning schedule here for work. But obviously, since it's the weekend, I have a little bit more time, so we're going to start implementing this heavier breakfast. Also, these past couple of days I didn't record because I got my period and she came in strong, so I was just kind of recovering from that. As I got older, my period symptoms changed. When I was younger, I had 0 symptoms. I was living life. Honestly, I remember a couple of my friends would have really heavy, strong, painful periods. And I mean, obviously I always felt bad for them, but I didn't really relate to that because I didn't really deal with stomach cramps. The only time I did actually deal with stomach cramps was when I got my rite of passage to being a Mexican, which was getting colitis and gastritis, but that's a different story. I never got any like period cramps. And so as I got older though, I started to get all the symptoms. Like my boobs would hurt, I would feel so lethargic, and now I deal with the cramps. I feel like I definitely PMS now. Back then I don't think I did, but now I really feel it, or at least I'm aware of it, and I feel myself just getting angry, like so angry for no reason. I'm like, why am I feeling this intensely? Right before I'm on my period, I'm a bottomless pit and I just want food. I want food. I feel like nothing fills me up. And then when I actually get my period, I kind of get grossed out by food and I just like don't want anything. I feel full at all times, even though I haven't eaten. And yeah, it's just a crazy thing now. So I was recovering from that and trying to deal with that, but we are finally coming off of it and I feel so much better. Since food doesn't seem gross to me, now I'm gonna enjoy the higher protein breakfast. Breakfast is ready. I will say it seems like an odd combination because I have something hot and then I have something cold. So I think I'm gonna eat the eggs first and then I'll move on to the yogurt. But I have to say, I'm obsessed with Bridgerton. I think it's so good. Thank you to everyone that put me on it because I tend to be the type of person that rewatches shows a lot, and I think I just find comfort in them, knowing what's going to happen, the pace of the show, that I can have it on in the background, I can walk away, it doesn't need my full attention. But this time around I was actually craving something new because I think, again, I was looking for a distraction this time around. And if I need something that's really going to distract me, it's something brand new that I don't know, that I can't just walk away from. So I finally decided to give Bridgerton a chance. So I had actually watched Bridgerton previously, or tried to. Like I tried watching the first episode and it didn't catch my attention. But I apparently watched it through episode 4 because when I was going to go watch it this time around, I'm like, oh, it's going to be on episode 1 because I never got past episode 1. But no, I was on episode 4. So I think when I would watch it, it was one of those moments where you just need something to watch while you're trying to eat. And I think I just had it on as background noise or something because I swear I never got past episode 1. However, though, this time around I actually paid attention and I loved it. I'm currently on season 3 and they're just there's so much to say, but also like, if you haven't seen Bridgerton, I don't want to ruin it for you. But Daphne season, loved it. I love Daphne. She's such a diamond. Season 1 I felt like was a good pace. It was like a good introduction. The storyline didn't feel too rushed. I feel like it felt like a good pace. I think that's what really captured everyone, is because it was really good. I love their gowns and their dresses. Like, it's everything. And then season 2, I know a lot of people say it's like a slowdown, but I have to say I actually really liked season 2, but I also hate it at the same time because I hate a slow burn romance. Like, I know that they're gonna end up together, and so it just makes me so mad. Like, how much longer do I have to wait? Why are you guys acting this way? Like, I know you're working on yourselves and, you know, going through your trial and tribulations, but like, get it together. I need you guys to end up together already. And so that did make me mad. But I do like that the characters were a little bit older in season 2. The one thing, but obviously, like, different time period. We have to think about different time period. But the men are usually so much older than the girls. And so all I can think about is like, they're so little. They're babies. But putting that aside. That's what I think I really, really liked about season 2, was that they were a little bit older. And then in season 3, I really like it because I really have a soft spot for Penelope. I just feel like she's kind of like the underdog in her family, just kind of gets pushed aside, and in society too. And so I've always had a little soft spot. So now that she kind of has her moment, I'm excited, but I'm also nervous because there's this really big thing in Bridgerton that might come out this season, and I'm kind of like, ooh, how is this gonna work out? So it's been really fun. It's been fun to have something new to watch that, again, I don't know what's gonna happen next, and then no one's telling me what's happening next. Also, since I haven't been on social media, of course I'm not gonna find out, but it's So entertained. If you haven't seen it, now's your chance.
Colin.
I've not been able to sleep. Not been able to eat. I can barely speak these days. My entire thoughts consumed by
What?
our kiss.
It's gonna be a dream. His dream? Ah! I thought it was her dream.